Hello the internet, welcome back to the Waifus, and today with the fitting background with actually some blue archive girls. I don't even know their names, but this background looks sick. We're gonna be talking a little bit about what happened yesterday with the fiasco on the anniversary for Blue Archive because, well, the drama is that they call Taiwan a country. Now, before we start into this, two things really important. I know nothing about politics, okay? You shouldn't be watching me for political ideas, all right? I know nothing. I'm just here to play cool many games and collect good-looking PNGs, good-looking waifus, all right? Now, also, outside of that, the CN community and the Western communities are completely different. Why we play games, what we complain about, what we like, what we dislike, it's completely different. I don't like when they complain about things like this, and I don't like how they react to things like this, but it is what it is. Says la vie. It's not that deep at the end of the day. The other thing that I also believe is quite important is people who say that Nexon shouldn't apologize for calling Taiwan a country or Hong Kong a country. And we'll talk about this in a second. But TLDR, what happened on the anniversary is that they were showing the players by country, and China is not on this infographic because either they are a lesser community, a smaller community, or it is Hong Kong and they change the name. Whatever the reason it is, clearly Taiwan is a different demographic. It's not the same. But this pissed off the Chinese community. After they were pissed off, I saw this post in Gacha Gaming. They was like, hey, they actually apologized to the Chinese community. I thought it was a meme because this is Gacha Gaming. And when I see information in Gacha Gaming, I tend to proceed with caution, let's say, right? Because when it's announcements for new games, it's great. When it's drama like this from a Chinese community or from a community you cannot understand, it's hard to find the information unless you go to Bilibili yourself. So this is the link. And once again, same link. I just Google translated this, and this is the official post and the comments that they did. And I want to talk a little bit about this, the announcement and the comments themselves, so we can see what the CN bros think about this fiasco. Now, the last thing, before we go into the comments, when we talk about companies apologizing, this is not the first time. Epic 7 did the same because they called Taiwan a country. Plenty of companies have done the same. When they apologize, it's not because they really believe this. It's because their biggest demographic or one of the biggest spenders, not the demographic, because the demographic, as we can see, is actually Taiwan. But when we talk about spenders, right, the Chinese bros actually spend a ton of cash on mobile gaming. In fact, mobile gaming is predominant and it's been for a while in most Asian countries versus PC. In fact, even nowadays on our own countries in the West, it's also predominant mobile versus PC. So when they spend so much money, you as a company only want money. You don't care about the players. You don't care about what people are complaining or not. You care about, okay, they are happy, we make money. They are mad, we don't make money. And as such, of course, Blue Archive apologized. Do I agree? Fuck no. Stand your ground. But this is a business. This is not us memeing around on the internet or just an individual making games or an indie company. This is Nexon, a company that just does everything based on profit, right? So what did Nexon say? Dear teacher, we have always firmly upheld the position of safeguarding China's sovereignty and territorial integrity, aka protecting their borders, Taiwan included. Taiwan and Hong Kong are an inseparable part of the territory of the People's Republic of China. We are aware of the problem of inappropriate content in the live broadcast of Blue Archive of Azul. In some regions, reported by some teachers, by some senseis, we have issued a solemn statement and accountability to Nexon Korea Corp and Nexon Games, and the other party has modified the relevant content. So pretty fun and pretty basic apology. We'll see if this affects the rating on Bilibili or not. In fact, we can check right now if on the rankings they have gone down and what the ratings are right now. Because as you all know, review bombing is something that's pretty common when it comes to China, and not even China, when it comes to every country. We are so fucking stupid when it comes to review bombing as if that is going to be doing something. So right now they have a 7.4. I believe, and I might be tripping, yesterday they had like an 8 point something. Again, I might be confused. Hong Kong Impact has a 5.2. So when it comes to ratings, they are not doing a review bombing, even though there is plenty of comments talking about this. So let's read some of these comments, which are pretty funny. Also, if you hear fireworks outside, well, first of all, Doggo is with me today. Doggo is scared of fireworks, so as you can see, she's just facing the wall. not crying, but she's trembling. And every time there is fireworks, she's gonna be trembling for 3 hours. I fucking hate fireworks. I think they should be not allowed. Fucking illegal. Do you want to celebrate? Go to your house to celebrate. Stop scaring my dog. All right, look at that. Now she's gonna be like that for 6 hours. Now, enough ranting. Enough ranting about fireworks. Let's go to the comments. There's a few that I'm not gonna be translating or reading because a lot of them have Chinese sayings that are hard to translate if you're not Chinese because the meaning will be completely lost, right? So some of those I will be actually ignoring. The spying is over. The Japanese, Korean, and international servers have not spoken, referring to, of course, the official communities, the English, Koreans, and Japanese, not issuing an apology, as if they have to apologize to the world for calling Taiwan a country. This is also a pretty good one. 74 years ago, on October 19, 1950, the Chinese People's Volunteers, led by Peng Duahei as commander and political commissar, crossed the Yalu River to help Korea against the war and to resist the US aggression. This is referring, of course, to how ungrateful the Koreans are for making this statement after 74 years ago. You helped them, right, repel the US aggression. I checked and found that the international server changed the video to private, but there was no apology. Keep commenting, keep outputting, keep talking about this, right? Now, of course, we have also people saying from now on, I will only read the novels and not play the games. And then another commenter on the same comment says, I bought an account and played the Japanese server for a short time and now it's like this. I have no motivation to keep playing the game. And I'm gonna say this, by the way, not even China, but every country. If you feel offended by politics in a game, you are kind of retarded. Doesn't matter what country you are. Doesn't matter if you're Chinese, if you are American, if you are a Spaniard. If you get offended by political content, not even political content inside the game. If you get offended by something a company says, they're making a game, they're not a political party. They have to follow your belief. They have to make a great product for you to enjoy. Nothing else, right? Now, once again, they keep complaining about why didn't Twitter post it. Is it because it doesn't have permission? They don't have, right, the capacity to post this only in China? This next one is also pretty good because this guy doesn't complain too much, right? He's like, okay, at least he changed it pretty quickly for most players by country to most players by region. Okay, great. But then the next commenter says, what's the point of an apology announcement? They did it on purpose. The apology is just a verbal statement. It's a matter of one willing to fight and the other willing to be beaten, right? Because an apology means nothing. They already did it. They hate China and they are actually trying to covet with the Taiwanese government in order to take over all the gacha games, right? And then we have people that are a little bit more radical saying, how about this? Why don't you just shut down the Chinese server and return our money? Nexon will make up for the shortfall. Luckily, I didn't spend a dime. It is not impossible for the national server to be shut down, aka what they mean on the national server is the Chinese one. But refunding money is definitely impossible. Now, I'm not sure how much money they're making in China because, again, most of the time you cannot really track this amount of revenue. But we could check the gacha revenue website to see if there is any reference, just reference, right? A blue archive. The Chinese server is literally the one making the least amount of money. So even if they were to close the game, it will not affect Nexon because their primary server is the JP one. Global also making really good money. So even if they were to close it, I don't know what these people are tripping about, like they own the fucking game or something, but it is what it is, right? And now we have this one here, which is like a fucking essay about how Nexon naturally knew the consequences of doing so and did it on purpose. There are many Chinese players in the international and Japanese servers who changed their names to curse the company and were later forced to delete their names. Nexon did this to drive away the disobedient Chinese players. Deliberately making low-level mistakes is also a special way to get out. Could it be a script that had been arranged long ago? Nexon used this to get out, expel the poisonous blood, and protect the Japanese and Korean players who spend more money. Krypton gold is usually the Google translation from money in the game directly, or the currency in game, that spend more money from being led astray. Then a large number of angry Chinese players emerge on Twitter. They are often excluded outside the wall, and they also unite the foreign players. Now, this is Cap, okay? You are not uniting any foreign players. Everyone is laughing at you. The global community, for the most part, does not like the Chinese community. And it's not because all of them are bad, but it's because the ones that are vocal about this stuff are fucking retarded. So many companies bending the knee to our CCP friends. God bless the CCP. But this is funny to see all of these comments. I'm not gonna keep going. Again, there is a lot of these comments like this, right? At the end of the day, this type of stuff shouldn't be even a thing. They shouldn't even have to apologize for this. I assume they have to if they want to keep the Chinese version running. But once again, they are the server making the least amount of money, since Blue Archive, as far as I know, does not have a PC client. So all in all, a pretty useless drama that our Chinese bros have once again engaged in. Now stop looking at the background, stop looking at the background, look at me, alright? That said, like I was saying at the beginning, I don't care about politics. I literally don't give a fuck about politics or any country in general. I'm here to collect good looking PNGs and laugh at the stupid people that think that the games should be anything else than just games to enjoy and play, right? All that said, all that yapping aside, this is gonna be it for this one. As usual, love you all bossos. Let me know your thoughts on the situation, and we will be leaving with the Raven soundtrack from Stellar Blade. Have a great day, and see you in the next one.
役立たずは楽園から追放するのみ。ブランとノワールのショータイムです。天地万物を切るとはこういうことだ。